Where are we landing today, boys? So we got the truck all nice and clean. Trailer is still dirty. I did not take it to get acid wash. It's just been way too cold to do it, and Ace has been pretty packed, so haven't given me the chance to pull in. I did fix the tail light. So there's actually two different ones. I prefer this style over this style because I got more visibility through that one than this one. I ordered the wrong one, but it's gonna have to do for now. I did get a new V-brittle also because the other one was a little bit ripped and I didn't want to risk it, even though I don't use it too much. But in case I do ever have to use it, well, I got a nice fresh one. No rips, no tears, nothing. Basically ready to go. Don't have to worry about anything. Obviously I'm filling up. I am headed to Cleveland, Ohio, which I think is having storms or something. I don't know. I don't really care, honestly. I mean, if it's bad to where I have to delay the pickup a little bit later, it is what it is. But I am leaving with 2 hours to spare, as in I got 2 extra hours just in case anything happens. They are an hour ahead. I gotta be there 7 a.m. but estimated arrival time should be 5. So hopefully we're all good. I'm sort of equipped for harsh weather. You know, I got the tires for it, 4x4. I got weight in the front, I got weight in the back, so should be good. Worst case scenario, it doesn't happen. It is what it is. But about 5.5 hour drive. It's almost 6 hours. We're just fueling up. Gonna get some water, maybe a Red Bull. I'm a little tired, but nothing that the road cannot fix. So I'll see you guys in a bit. This one should be pretty straightforward and short. Not much to show, unless it starts snowing or a bunch of accidents or whatever. Let's hope not. So I'll see you guys in a bit. And we are halfway through Indiana, and we are at these travel stops. If you guys know from my previous videos, these are my favorite. So I realized earlier on the way here I hit a really big bump. One of my lights went out. That has nothing to do with my turn signals or anything like that. Those are lights that I did wire in, and I'm gonna fix it right now. So since I know where I wired everything, it's probably a bad ground, which has happened to me before. It just breaks off the pin. So I'm gonna freeze a little bit and fix that right now. It's super cold. Oh, I don't know what the camera's doing right there. Alright, anyway, we just filled up. I'm gonna freeze my butt off right now under the trailer, getting that fixed, just because I'm very how do you say it? I don't like to have anything out like that, even though I did take like a week for my tail light, just because I was waiting on it and I didn't feel like getting it from anywhere else besides the place where I actually bought the trailer, just to make it easy. I don't want to have to do any extra wiring, anything like that. So I just filled up and I spilled gas all over right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Well, it is what it is. That's how you know it's full. Let me fix that, get back on the road, and we got about 3 hours to go. I'm rolling. It's 80-90 turnpike or whatever it's called. It's super empty right now. There's really nobody on the road, and it's still early. I think it's about, let's see, 1:30. Super empty right now. I mean, you got a couple cars here and there, but regular traffic is nothing. All the truck stops are full. There's so many trucks everywhere right now parked doing their reset, so it's good for me because I don't have to worry about anybody else being on the road, falling asleep or anything like that. So super nice. Traveling with nobody else in the road is my favorite thing to do. But So far, no police, which is weird because it's the weekend and it's about that time where usually they'd be out. I don't know. I don't really care. But so far, so good. Let me get this light fixed and we'll be back on. And we are finally loaded up, ready to go home. This trip was very interesting. So, truck doesn't run, battery's dead, everything's electronic on these. My jumper pack died because I haven't charged it probably like in a couple months. Then the winch battery died while loading it up, and then the steering wheel locks, and then I had to find out how to put it in neutral. And then once I put it in neutral, well, that's when the steering wheel locked. So I had to just drag it up the trailer. You can see kind of the marks right here. It's just dragging and dragging. So I dragged it up and then put it back in park to get the steering wheel unlocked with a Milwaukee battery because my jumper pack died. And I usually carry two, but I left the other one in my other truck. But I'm not complaining, I'm just letting you guys know what happened. Stuff like this always happens. I mean, usually I'm prepared, but this time it is what it is. I just gotta remember to charge my jumper pack, and maybe I'm probably gonna buy another one just to have two. And but just because when it's colder, you know, a lot of things take more electricity or power to start up. But Jimmy, if you've seen this, fuck you. This is all your fault for sending me for this. And then it was in a super tight driveway, which wasn't too bad, but I was making noises, you know, for the neighbors, and it's 7 a.m. So I feel bad for that, but you know what? It is what it is. It's no big deal for me. If I'm up, you're up. I'm airing up right now because the driveway was pretty steep, so I didn't want to drag the tail too bad. So, airing up right now. I stopped at a service station earlier before getting off, and the pump was super slow. It was going like $1 every fucking 3-4 minutes, something like that. So I'm aired up now. Truck looks even, doesn't look like it's sagging anymore, which it wasn't really sagging, but you know, I like to be level all around. There's really not much to show you guys on the truck. I mean, it's a clean, decently clean Escalade. It's not running. It's gonna get fixed. It's gonna get fixed just like if it was back to normal. For a truck that came from somewhere where it's snowing, it's definitely pretty clean. It means virtually no actual rust on it, which is, like I said, it's pretty surprising for something for coming from somewhere where it snows and they lay a bunch of salt. But enough complaining. Let's get back to work. It should be about 6.5 hour ride back, which I didn't account for, but it is what it is. It's my fault. Can't complain. So I'll see you guys probably in like an hour or so at a service station. Those are my favorite. Even if I don't have to stop, I'm probably gonna stop. So we'll see you guys. And reporting to you from the road. There's not much to record on 80/90. It's mostly farmland or factories or whatever. So it's pretty boring, honestly. It's just like 57 South. I mean, it's one of the longest, loneliest roads through Illinois. But we're in Ohio still. We're borderline Indiana now. We only got about 3.5 hours to go. So we're doing pretty good time. Look at this little farm. Fair County Fair. Or I think that's what that said. I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty boring over here. There's nothing to see. Just a bunch of land, trees, and some random farms in the middle of nowhere. And that's about it. So not too much recording time on this one. I'm about to get to a service plaza in about maybe 25 minutes, I'm guessing. So I will show you guys when I get there, but I've already showed you guys that before, so it might just be a quick little video of the truck, and then that's it. So we'll see if anything comes up to record, and then yeah, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward trip. He was right off the turnpike, like a minute, so super easy. And we are about an hour and a half away from home. Last fuel stop before we drop this bad boy off. So far it's been a decent trip, can't complain. Took a little longer than I wanted to, but I'm not complaining. It is what it is. Honestly, there's really not much to show you guys on this trip. Super easy trip. Took almost no time at all. So it's just straight cut clean transport. Got there, pretty much negotiated a little bit. We almost let it go, because you know, I don't need to explain myself, but we definitely almost came home with an empty trailer. The guy was, whoa, don't know what's going on with the camera, but all right. Yeah, we almost left with an empty trailer, but made it happen. It is what it is. So this is gonna be the last travel stop for us, which is a Sunco. It's one of the first one that I put gas on. That way I don't have to stop anymore. But I don't know, that's it. There's really not much to say besides maybe get to record pulling it down. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. We'll see. I'll get back to you guys when I get back over there. You guys can see the trailer is empty. I just dropped off, unloaded. It was a bit of process since battery was dead on the truck and my jumper pack was dead, so I didn't really record. Plus the guy was there, so it is what it is. Basically ended up being a 16-hour trip minus give or take 2 hours. So total 14-hour trip, nothing too crazy. 4 hours more than originally planned, but like I said, nothing too crazy. So far trip went well. I'm about 30 minutes from my house, so then I could get home, rest. I do have some things to do on the truck, like an oil change, and then I got the lights for the trailer that I gotta do. I ended up getting some whip lights that have turn signals integrated, so it's gonna look pretty cool. Hopefully I can get that wired up correctly, but it's super cold, so I don't know, I might wait unless Ace gives me a chance to do it by his shop, but I don't like to bother him, especially since the trailer is so long, it takes up the whole thing. I might just wait on that. It's no big deal. As long as all the other lights work, I'm fine. Total, I think I went through about, man, I gotta do the math right. I don't want to give the wrong numbers on the gas, because I don't stop when I'm empty. I stop at half a tank, like I've said before, so it's a little hard to do the math. I usually don't keep track of it as much as I should, but this year I definitely got to be on track more. So right now when I get home, I'm probably going to write everything down, make sure everything is in the books correctly, so at the end of next year I don't have any issues with anything. and basically my tax lady can just skim through it, do her thing without having to, I don't know, ask me all these questions and whatnot. But the reality of this trip was, it was boring, and some trips are like that, most trips. So this job definitely is hard because you got to stay awake, and sometimes there's literally nothing to do besides drive straight, and there's nothing to see because this trip 80-90 is definitely, like I said, it's like 57 south. There's nothing to see, just land. I seen some horses, but like it's not like super entertaining. You know, you go through all this music and these shows and whatnot, but it definitely takes a toll on your body and your mental. But just, I love to drive, so it's not too crazy on me. Hopefully next trip I could get some better footage, maybe go somewhere interesting. I like going to Atlanta, even though the hills and stuff like that it's a little, depending on the weather, you know, I wouldn't want to go through there when it's storming, snowing or anything, because it is pretty dangerous. Those hills will get you. But the scenery is super nice to be able to put the camera on the outside and catch a sunset or a sunrise on the mountains. Look super nice for those people that like that stuff. And there's a lot more stuff to see out there, cars wise also, because the weather's different, so they're always out, and that's interesting. Plus, when I do go to Atlanta, most of the time it's for something really nice, which means you guys will like it. Hopefully I'm gonna get some better footage. But for now, that's a wrap for this video. It's gonna be a short, boring one, but I gotta stay consistent, at least so that you guys can see. And then if you guys want to see my other stuff that I do, I post on my Instagram, which is the same as my YouTube name, which is Moy Works Towing under dash or underscore, whatever. But you guys can see all the recent stuff that I've done and all the past stuff that I've done that I didn't record because I wasn't into the recording stuff yet, which I should have, because I've done some really nice things and I did a lot back-to-back stuff. Right now we're kind of on a slow motion, but we're on a steady track. So we'll see what the future brings us, but I will definitely keep recording all this stuff so you guys can see.